The first time Liara saw him, she didn't understand why her heart raced. She was the commander of the Valari exploration fleet, a seasoned warrior with centuries of experience navigating star systems, negotiating alien cultures, and surviving conflicts no other being would dare face. Nothing, not supernova storms, pirate fleets, or genetically engineered predators, had ever unsettled her. Yet the human, standing awkwardly among Valari diplomats on the neutral station of Arcadia 9, made her feel like a fledgling hatchling struggling in zero gravity. He was human. Small, unarmed, and smiling nervously at a species that expected polished perfection, obedience, and intimidation. His name was Ethan Mercer, a xenobiologist assigned to observe Valari exploration protocols. Not a soldier, not an official, not a diplomat. He was ordinary. Liara's first thought was disdain. Ordinary humans rarely survived first contact with her species. They were fragile, emotional, and, despite their reputation, utterly unpredictable. Yet, something about his confidence in ignorance drew her attention. She had no name for it yet, no experience to catalog it, and no guidebook to explain why a human could make a Valari commander feel curious. The Valari Council had arranged a demonstration. Their fleet was deploying a new surveying probe to map the gravitational anomalies of the Zifra Nebula. Ethan's job was simple: observe, record, and report. Yet when the simulation began, the human acted with intuition no Valari could have predicted. While the crew panicked at a sudden plasma surge, Ethan calmly adjusted the probe's output with a makeshift calibration he designed on the spot. The machine stabilized. No alarms. No damage. Liara observed from the command deck, her mandibles clicking in surprise. "Did you see that?" one of her lieutenants asked. He defied protocol. Liara's eyes narrowed. He survived because he thought differently. He is dangerous. The human did not see danger in chaos. He saw possibilities. That was the moment Liara realized she had a problem. She was intrigued. Over the following weeks, their interactions grew. Ethan's humor, awkward and often self-deprecating, clashed with Valari discipline, yet he persisted. He asked questions about their customs, their history, their emotions, and the most dangerous thing of all, their weaknesses. Liara found herself answering, explaining, sharing. One evening, while monitoring a minor energy fluctuation in the nebula, Ethan floated into her personal observation chamber without knocking. A breach of protocol, but one she did not correct. "I think the anomaly is tied to dark matter interference," he said, adjusting her console. "You're reading it wrong." Liara's jaw tightened. "I am the commander. You are human. Your judgment is irrelevant." He looked up, smiled, and tapped the screen. "Irrelevant isn't the same as wrong." She blinked. And then, impossibly, her chest tightened. She had no name for it, but it was growing like a gravity well pulling at her core. It escalated slowly. Small touches, shared meals, long conversations about the nature of civilizations, morality, and choice. Liara, trained to suppress emotion, realized she had no control over her feelings. Then came the mission to Thalos-IV. The planet's core had begun emitting pulses of radiation that disrupted the fleet's navigation arrays. Valari engineers were incapable of stabilizing the anomalies, and every attempt to shield ships failed. Ethan proposed a plan: enter the core using a portable gravity field stabilizer, analyze the radiation's pattern, and reroute it. Liara's first thought: he would die. "You are not equipped for this," she told him, her voice almost unsteady. He shrugged. "I know the risks. But it works." Against her better judgment, she allowed it. And against all odds, Ethan survived. Not only that, He neutralized the radiation and returned with data that allowed the fleet to stabilize the planet's orbit. Liara could not speak. No Valari had ever succeeded where she commanded failure after failure. Yet he had done it calmly, with humor even in the face of danger. The admiration she felt became something more complicated. It was no longer curiosity. It was fascination. It was warmth. It was affection. She tried to ignore it, tried to rationalize it as respect for skill. Yet when Ethan laughed at a Valari pun she had made, a pun no human should have understood, something inside her twisted. That night, alone in her quarters, she confronted herself. "I do not love him," she whispered to her reflection. "I cannot." And yet, when she heard his voice over the comms, giving casual orders and joking about the crew's incompetence, she felt a pull she could not explain. The true test came during the pirate ambush in the Zaran Belt. A rogue fleet, unaware of Valari-human collaboration, attacked. The Valari fleet scrambled. Ethan, caught on the bridge with minimal protection, was in danger. Liara's instincts surged. She ordered her escort to prioritize his safety above all else. Missiles tore past the shields. Her own vessel sustained damage, but Ethan was unharmed. After the skirmish, she confronted him privately. "You are reckless," she said, almost accusingly. "Why do you put yourself in danger?" He looked at her, unafraid. "Because I trust you. You'll protect me." Liara froze. Those words should have been absurd. No human should presume such an alien could feel protective emotion. Yet she realized, with a shock she could not deny, that she had done exactly that. The revelation hit her fully during the return to the Arcadia 9 station. Ethan lingered by the observation deck, watching the stars as if they were ordinary and beautiful, and she understood finally what she had been denying for weeks. She loved him. But there was the problem. She had no concept of how to act on it. Valari protocol forbade relationships with humans, especially for commanders. Emotional attachments were considered liabilities, weaknesses to be exploited. And she could not even begin to predict whether Ethan shared her feelings. The confrontation came unexpectedly. Ethan approached her, calm and deliberate. "Commander," he said, "I need to ask something personal." Liara stiffened. "I am not. Do you ever feel different around me?" His voice was steady, but his eyes searched hers. Her scales flushed, a subtle but unmistakable sign of Valari agitation. "Yes," she admitted. "But that is forbidden." He smiled, small but earnest. "Humans aren't always bound by rules the same way. Feel it too." That's all I needed to know. Her heart, an organ no Valari should have allowed to dominate thought, pounded. Over the next weeks, they navigated uncharted systems, diplomatic negotiations, and dangerous asteroid fields together. She taught him Valari navigation and combat strategy. He taught her patience, humor, and the unpredictable brilliance of human emotion. Every mission, every quiet observation of stars, every moment of shared laughter cemented what she had always feared admitting. She loved him before she even understood him. The climax came during the first joint mission to the Orion Nebula's collapsing star cluster. Critical device malfunctioned. Without hesitation, Ethan entered the hazard zone to fix it, risking his life once again. Liara, unable to suppress her instincts, followed him, protecting him from debris and radiation with her own body. Side by side, human and Valari, they completed the task and escaped. As the ship stabilized, Ethan looked at her, grin wide, and said, "I never doubted we'd make it." Liara could only nod, her chest tight with relief, admiration, and love. Finally, she admitted to herself, and to him, that she had fallen before she even understood him. And now, she would not let protocol, fear, or expectation keep them apart. For the first time in her long life, Liara felt something deeper than duty, strategy, or conquest. A human had taught her the meaning of love, and she would never deny it again.